Welcome to the Nurse Becoming podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Guarnieri from the Resume RX, and this is the podcast that's dedicated to empowering and encouraging nurses along your path of professional and self-discovery. As a nurse practitioner, mom, and business owner, I'm on a mission to help you figure out how to leave your lasting impact on the world, all while bravely and fearlessly growing along the way. Join me for honest conversations and inspiring stories about personal and professional growth, all through the lens of nursing. Hello, it's Amanda Guarnieri. Welcome back to the Nurse Becoming podcast. So excited to have you here today. It is summertime. I am doing a different kind of series this summer where I am repurposing some content from my Instagram and bringing it over here to the podcast in an effort to do a couple things. Number one, to give you smaller, kind of more bite-sized, consumable episodes during the summer. And the second reason, to be honest and transparent, is to honor my own personal boundaries and time off and give myself a little bit of a break of recording episodes while still giving you something that is new to listen to every week. So I went into the vault of previous Instagram videos and lives that I did. And this week I am going to share with you a discussion about a daily schedule for job seekers. Okay, so this is really what I recommend that you are doing on a regular basis to be consistent during the time where you may be looking for a job. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Fair warning, I was outside when I recorded this video. You will hear some nature sounds. You will hear a baby in a stroller. I think 2 or 3 aircraft flew overhead, but it definitely doesn't interrupt your experience of hearing the important information. So forgive me for the less than perfect audio quality, but I think that the value in this conversation will certainly be worth it. So I hope it is enjoyable. I hope it reaches you at the right time, and let's go ahead and get into it. Hey there. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, let me just pin this comment here. I am just finishing up my daily walk with the baby, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your daily schedule if you are job seeking. So I was just finishing up my walk, and I was reminded to talk to you about this because, to tell you a little bit of a story, my twins went back to school the past 3 weeks ago. So I've been thinking about what my schedule is going to look like now that they are back in school. So I'm home with the baby. And, I got caught up in thinking a lot about the schedule. Like I was thinking and planning and, what should I do when should I do my work? When should I, do my workouts? When should I do this and that? And I got really caught up in the thinking, and not the doing. So I had to eventually, in order to actually execute the schedule, I had to decide to do it. So here I am. I'm now in this new routine of every morning after my husband takes the older girls to school, I put the baby in the stroller and we go out and walk. And there's a lot of peace and reassurance that comes with having a schedule and having a routine. And if you are job seeking right now, I want to kind of give you some action steps that you can take on a regular basis so that you're not just thinking about finding a job, you are actually taking action and doing it. And you'll have an actual plan. And with that plan will come some peace of mind. Because I've talked to a lot of people, nurses, NPs who are job seeking, who get really kind of wrapped up in the activities every day and they feel like they're never done. Like you feel like you're not done until you actually have the job. And that's not really healthy. That's not a healthy way of being. That's not going to lead to overall success if you are kind of constantly perseverating and thinking about the job search process. I want to kind of give you a schedule so that you can put all the activities you need to be doing in a container of time. And once they're done for the day, they're done. And you can go focus on your other things. You can focus on your mental health, your physical health, the other things that you need to be doing in your life, because job searching does not need to be a full-time job, especially if you already have a full-time job or a part-time job while you're job seeking. I want to propose that if you have this time that you dedicate 1 to 2 hours per day on job search related activities. Okay, and whatever amount of time that you have, I want half of that time to be spent on job search and applications and follow-up, and I'll go into that a little bit more, and the other half to be spent on networking. Okay, so let's, for the sake of an example, say that you have 2 hours of time every day or most days that you're going to be spending on this. So I want the first hour to be spent on finding new jobs to apply to, applying to jobs. So you've set aside this container of time to work on job applications, and also following up on jobs that you applied to last week or the week before. Okay, so half your time spending on job application related activities, and that block of time can be divided between researching new jobs to apply to, actually submitting applications, and also following up on previous applications from weeks prior. Okay, so that's the first half of your allotted job search time for the day. Hello, my friend. You may or may not be job seeking right now, but if you are or will be in the near future, I am popping in to let you know about my most popular offer, the Nurse Resume Template Bundle. This is a digital download product that includes 6 of my beautifully designed resume and cover letter templates for both the experienced and new grad nurse or NP. You deserve to have a resume and cover letter that showcases exactly why you are the right person for the job, right? Never again will you lose out on an opportunity to interview because your resume wasn't ready or got lost in the stack. When you purchase the Nurse Resume Template Bundle, you'll also get access to 3 essential bonuses: my credential organization system, my job application tracking system, and the most asked for resource that I have, my ATS video training, which includes 2 super ATS friendly templates. You can learn more and purchase the Nurse Resume Template Bundle for just $27 at theresumérx.com/offer. That's theresumérx.com/OFFER. Now back to the episode. The second half I want you to spend on networking. And networking looks different these days, but regardless, there is a lot of networking that you can do virtually. And the primary method, especially if you are a nurse practitioner, this is kind of an untapped market, even for nurses, but I want you to be on LinkedIn, and I want you to be doing networking activities on LinkedIn. So what does that mean? I want you to be sending connection requests with notes to people who are either your peers, meaning they do what you do or what you want to do at places where you want to do them. So it would be like finding other registered nurses who work at a hospital that you're interested in, or connecting with decision makers and personalities at places that you are interested in working. So if you have recently moved to a new town, maybe you're looking for the chief nursing officers on LinkedIn at the big hospital networks in this new city or town, and you are not reaching out and asking them for a job, but you are sending a connection request with a little note that says, I'm a new nurse here in the city, expanding my network. Thanks for connecting. Okay, so you're sending connection requests. And then the other thing that you should be doing on LinkedIn is you should be engaging on the platform. So what that means is liking and commenting on other people's posts, sharing posts of your own, sharing, resharing content that you find to be valuable. And the reason to do this is the more active you are on the platform, there's an algorithm, right? There's an algorithm for all these social media things. Like the fact that I'm going live right now will likely push me in the algorithm to you if you're watching, meaning like I may show up higher in your stories or on your feed for the next bit of time. And the LinkedIn algorithm works like that too, meaning that the more activity that you have, the more likely you are going to show up in a search. So if a recruiter is searching for a registered nurse in your city or in your specialty in your city and they're typing in the search bar, you're going to show up higher if you are an active participant on the platform. Okay. The other thing is that the more you are active on LinkedIn, if you've ever been on LinkedIn and like someone has a post underneath, if you comment, it it's not like Facebook where you're only limited to see posts from friends. Like if I comment on someone else's post, that other person's post is going to show up to my entire network on the news feed. And the more activity those posts have, the more it gets pushed out to all other people's feeds. And when you show up in a news feed, you don't just show up as your name. Hopefully you've put your credentials after your name. And also you get this cool little like headline that goes underneath your name. So if I comment on someone's post, they don't just see Amanda Guarneri. They see Amanda Guarneri, MSN, NP, and then underneath my name, it says emergency nurse practitioner and nurse resume expert, right? So it is to my benefit to comment on as many relevant posts as possible because someone who's just reading the comments or otherwise engaging can see who I am and see a quick blurb about me. And so that like increases my visibility to other people who matter. Okay, so this is just a quick tip on LinkedIn. So to summarize, I want you to set aside a block of time every day for job searching activities, ideally 2 hours if you have it. But regardless, the time you spend, half of it should be spent on job application activities. So finding new jobs to apply to, applying to those jobs, and following up on jobs from before. More aircraft, apparently. The other half of that time, I want you to spend on networking activities. So get on LinkedIn, share posts of other people, share your own posts, comment and like on other people's posts. Not just anybody, try to choose people like go comment on my posts or go share, someone else who's in your niche, right? Like stay within the nursing world, and then send connection requests to people that you don't know, but would be good to be connected with professionally. And you have the option when you connect to send a little note so that people know who you are and why you're connecting with them. That's always a really nice thing to do. And if you scroll back in my feed, I have a script for that. And this container of time, these activities will ensure that you are moving forward with your job search. It'll give you the peace of mind that you're doing something, that you're getting into the action as opposed to just thinking, and it'll push things forward. And it'll give you permission to then move on to the rest of your day, to do the rest of the things that you need to do for yourself. Okay, I'm going to save this to my IGTV. If this is resonating with you, if you are job searching, I do have a workshop that's an on-demand training, meaning it's recorded, and it's called How to Find a Job Online. How to find, I can't even remember the title of my own workshop. How to find a job that isn't posted online is the title of the workshop. Sorry, I'm all burnt out from my walk. How to find a job that isn't posted online. It's an on-demand, meaning it's a recorded workshop. It's 2 hours. It has a great workbook. And until the end of the month for National Update Your Resume Month, I'm including my resume bundle as a bonus if you don't already have it. So I will link that in the description of this IGTV video. This is a promotion going on till the end of the month for that bonus, but this workshop will always be available. So if it's not what you need right now, hopefully it'll be helpful for you in the future. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this daily schedule for job seekers in the comments below. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Talk to you soon.
Well, that does it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and making it all the way to the end. If you found today's episode helpful, would you take a minute and give me a rating or review on Apple Podcasts? It will truly help other nurses find this show and know that it's worth listening to. For more information about this episode, as well as a place to submit your questions or suggestions for future episodes or guests, head to nursebecoming.com. I cannot wait to connect with you again soon. And until next time, remember, I am always rooting for you.